Greetings, royal queens and kings. Welcome to the Queen Tulsa Court parody here on YouTube. We have a lot of cases that we are going to hear today. Today will be the first appearance. And so, what that means is we'll bring you up, bring up your charges, discuss it, and then if I am able to, I will give you a bond. Those of you that are out there, when you come up, don't ask me about an OR bond because I have already looked over the cases and I have already considered due to your record. Okay. This is not the time for you to come up and plead your case to tell me if you're guilty or not guilty. This is just first appearance just to discuss your case. Okay. So if everybody can get checked in, everybody please get checked in. All right. And we do have one of our jurors that just arrived, our royal juror, Maria. She says, greeting, ready for court. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Waiting for the bailiff to get everybody situated. Please, if you have a cell phone device, please put your cell phone device on silence. If it goes off, you have been warned, and I don't want to get you in contempt of court. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's see. Okay. And when I get to your name, please just come forward. Just come forward. All right. We have a Veronica Sue Cornelius. Okay. Do we have a Veronica Sue Cornelius in the courtroom today? Are you guys let me know? If not, we're going to have to go ahead and put that bench warrant out for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and all right. If she is not coming, then we'll go ahead and put a bench warrant out for her. Give me 1 second. I have to go off the record for about 30 seconds. So give me one moment. All right, thank you all so much. We are back on the record. Okay, so we have, let's see. Do we have a Christopher Morris? Okay, or do we have a Jane Doe? Jane Doe? Deanna? All right. Hello. So Mrs. Deanna, is that you? Jane Doe?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. How are you?
I am well. Have you been sworn in already?
No. No.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, your left hand for me?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God.
All right. Okay, so we have you, Jane Doe, aka it's Deanna, aka Jane Doe, and we have you here on a stalking charge. And let's see, is this gang stalking? We have you on a mob protection program, and we have you overly donating. How would you like to plea in this case today?
Uh, I don't know, but uh, we need to address some shit. So however you want, however you want me to plea is fine.
Okay, so how about we give you a moment and you plead your case? This is and before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, this is our special case that we have to push forward to the front of the line. Okay, so let's get into it because apparently these accusations are against a YouTuber by the name of AT2.
Yeah, I got a problem with him. That we can address that first. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and address that.
Okay. So, Tulsa, I was in Jack's chat for a while. I decided to leave.
It's Judge Tulsa today, baby.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry. I'm sorry, Judge Tulsa.
thank you.
So, I decided to leave, and she kind of went crazy. She was texting me. She was having everybody call me. She wanted me to go on live with her, but I ignored it. When I ignored it, she chose to dox me on this person's channel. Okay. I asked this, I've never been in that person's chat. I wasn't associated with him. I asked him to please remove it, and I DM'd him to do that. Okay. He chose to not only leave it up, but he chose to do a live and read my DM and talk shit about me. Now here's my problem with that, Judge. Okay. I was never on panels. I was never really up in anybody else's business. Jag wanted to dox me. Jag doxed me. Okay. But he didn't know me from Adam. You guys don't know who these subs are in the chats. So for you to dox me, not knowing me, and me to ask you to take it down, and then you proceed to be a big man and talk shit about me and call me out for DMing you to ask to take it down, for me is a problem. I don't understand how you can just pluck anybody out of the chat and dox them and then want to mock them. And now when I'm calling you out for it, you're going to lie and run. And that's my problem. Okay. These subs, people got to understand that, when you're chatting somewhere, it apparently makes you open game. But I'm going to let people know that you should be careful about who you're plucking out of these chats. Okay, he don't know my situation just to be putting my business out there on the street. And he don't know my situation to be talking shit to my face. So I have the clip of him talking shit. I would like for you to play it so people can see exactly how and who these people are.
All right, so, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and as far as me over donating, again, I came to this platform for Shanquella Robinson. So the money that I was donating, I felt was for a good cause. Okay. So to me, it wasn't really donating. It was to help a cause. As far as anything that happened after that, that's all game and that's all show for, to create some kind of narrative. All right. But I don't really mess with that because it ain't a big deal, but there is no over donating. Okay. There is no paying for narratives. Tell me one channel that even has a fucking narrative to pay for. Okay. The only narrative.
The Queen Tulsa show. The
Okay,
Queen Tulsa
well, Judge Tulsa show. Okay. But besides that, there is no fucking narrative. The narrative is the same every week. Okay. So I don't know what you people think I'm paying for. Okay, but there's nothing to be paid for a narrative,
Well, how
for
about this?
entertainment. I
'Cause
pay my fucking cable bill.
your
That's where I
attorney.
get my entertainment.
Okay, so listen, this video won't be monetized, so y'all hit the Cash App. Listen here, your attorney just sent in the discovery. Let's go ahead and take a look at this discovery. Everyone, brace yourselves, brace yourselves, brace yourselves. We're going to get into this clip right after this. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa Show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that Cash App. And don't forget to smash the like button. All right, so what I did was I downloaded it to my oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, okay. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and upload it right now.
So I checked it, and there was this woman named Jane Doe. So I guess Jane Doe used to be an ex-mod of Jag, and she was the quote-unquote mole or whatever. When Jag was talking about that, I guess she said the girl's name, and so the girl was upset or whatever. And she had, I can actually tell you what the hell she said to me.
Okay, so...
Okay, now this is, he don't know me. Okay, Jag said my name, my location, that I was married to a black man. Then of course my phone number was released. Okay, so this person doesn't know me. This fucking AT2. Okay, he don't know me. I'm asking him in an Instagram to please remove my personal information from his live. Okay, a woman asking a male creator to please remove my personal information from his live. And this is what he chose to fucking do.
All right, so let's go ahead and continue with the recording. But first and foremost, I want to sincerely apologize to you. No woman should have to do with this. Nobody should actually have to do with this. And that's why we are in court today, because the cyber bullying, the cyber stalk, and the cyber crimes are actually going to be dealt with.
And that's why I came to you, Judge.
I'm sorry?
That's why I brought this to you.
Gratitude.
I'm going to put a screenshot of it, but like I said, I don't want to do that because then she's going to try to give me a privacy strike and all that. So I'll do it this way. Let me see, y'all. I'm going to go cockeyed real quick. That's when I'm turning off my camera. What'd she say to me? Hold on. Now don't delete it now, Jane Doe. Don't delete it.
Yeah, bitch, I didn't delete shit. Okay, you're the one that's hiding and running and acting like you didn't do this, but you got the nerve to be up there telling me not to delete something. Okay, why don't you man the fuck up? Go ahead.
Please remove the false content that was in the end of your live yesterday, or provide a verifiable reason as to why names and other false information is being shared on a private citizen. I was all like, huh? Like, I didn't know who it was because it doesn't say Jane Doe. It's underneath, it says Jane, but it's underneath something different. So I didn't know what it was. And then I had to think about it. I was like, oh, I think this is that Jane Doe chick. So she said, please remove the false content that was in the end of your live yesterday, or provide
so it's funny, and he's mocking me that my private information he played. So that's funny for him. Okay. But let's also, I believe under his stupid fucking channel, he also has a video of him crying, saying he was going to quit YouTube because someone doxed him. And he's a grown fucking man. Okay. That lives with people. And he was crying that he was going to quit YouTube because the other creators were doxing him. So here I am, a woman sub that he don't know from shit, asking him to please take down my information. And it's funny for him. So we're going to see how funny it's going to be.
All right. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, and subscribe. And also take note of what's going on and look for tips in this live to protect yourselves. Let's go.
A verifiable reason as to why the names and other false information is being shared on a private citizen. I was like, huh? I was all like, I don't, like, I kind of didn't know what they were talking about. And so when I thought about it, I was like, oh, this must be.
Do you think he didn't know what you were talking about?
He knows. Keep listening.
Be that Jane Doe chick or whatever, right? And then I was gonna message, and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it on red. Well, not even red. She doesn't know that I read it until right now, because you don't have to click it and respond to it. So I'm able to see it right now. But I was kind of like, wait. Did this motherfucker try to do a privacy strike? And mind you, she did the privacy strike wrong. So that was the actual real reason. She did the privacy strike wrong. That's why it didn't go anywhere. But I'm all like, you did a privacy strike? Like, what the fuck are you doing a privacy strike for? If anything, you could have came to, like, here's the thing. You could have used a different approach. You could.
So let me ask you this. What, did you go and try to do a privacy strike? And if so, why? Jane Doe. All right, not really sure what's going on, but we'll continue a little bit more.
It came to me and been like, hey, AT2, there's a part, and tell me the particular part that you wanted me to remove, and I probably would have done it. But you trying to come and you're gonna check me.
Now, who the fuck are you? I fucking emailed you. I messaged you. I got to get on my fucking knees to beg you to take down my personal information? You bulbous head bitch. Who the fuck are you that I got to ask you politely? That's my personal information. That's why you got the fucking privacy strike, and you chose to leave it up, and now you're choosing to show your ass. So let's see what your ass looks like when you see me face to face, motherfucker.
Let's go.
And try to tell me that I need to have a verifiable reason why false information. Listen, I don't know what Jag be talking about. I just let her talk. Shit. Shit, I just let her talk. Like, I don't know what she be talking about. You want me to give you a verifiable reason why false information or names, or you like what? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to
now,
you, bitch.
Whoever you mad at, that's who you need to go after, not me.
Why don't you pop up? Why don't you pop up? Okay? You got all this shit to talk, and then you got the nerve to call me a fucking Karen, okay, and act like this didn't exist because you put it behind your members only, because you're a punk. You want to put my personal information out here and talk shit and then run and hide? You're gonna learn real soon who I am, okay?
And so I noticed, like, the last, especially that video and the one that I just did on Jag, I noticed that it went to the yellow. I was like, oh, people are playing that game, and you know.
That's the end, I think, of him talking about me. But anyway, so I addressed the other day about it. He lied. He continued to lie. He tried to, I don't even know what he said. But in any case, I wanted it to be shown exactly the reason why I was annoyed. Now, I also want to put out there, being that he didn't take it down, of course, it was recorded and shared on other platforms. So one of the other platforms that it was played on was somebody that I did support weekly, okay? And I asked her to not play it, because there's no reason. You can play the information, but you can blur out my name and my personal information. You don't need to have all that information repeated for content. Okay, I supported you weekly. I left. I didn't say shit. Judge, did you see me anywhere starting any trouble, or did I leave everybody's panel, or not panel, because I was never on panel, but did I leave everybody's chat peacefully? I didn't start no shit. They all came for me. So here's someone that I supported weekly. I asked her not to play it, and not only does she play it, but then she decides to read only half my DM, though, because if she read the other half, then it would be proved that she's a liar. But she chose to read only half my DM and doxed me as well. So she's also on my list. Now, in regards to everybody else, I don't give a fuck about this YouTube. You all want to sit here and watch this stupid shit and give your money up. That's on you. Okay? But what I'm not going to do is, you're not going to be out here calling me out my name and all this other bullshit. That ain't happening. Okay? So I hope your feds have security, because the one thing about me is you guys don't get, we watch you. We see your faces. We know who you are. You don't know us at all. Okay? So you don't know if I'm standing next to you, behind you, or over you as you're taking your last fucking breath. So you should be really careful about who you speak to when we're just trying to support you, send money, and have a good time. You should be really careful about what you say about people. Okay? Because me personally, I only got time and opportunity. So you may not see me today or tomorrow, may not even be next year, but I promise you, you'll see me and you'll know.
Wow. Well, speaking of knowing people, so I do have a question for you. Because he did kind of bring up Jaguar, and I'm not gonna really dive into her, but I have a question. One of her mods, Kai, was communicating with you. What was that like?
So, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. He's really on my list, but he's way lower. Okay. Because, you know, well, first of all, him and that other little girl over there, they don't need to be there. All right. They're young and she's using them. She's mind fucking them. Okay. And somebody really should step in and do something, because it's not good. This whole atmosphere and this community that's created right now, there's nothing positive out of it. Okay, what someone called CPS on that girl? What if something happened? You don't know. That's sick shit. And in the meantime, you have proof, because you have older siblings that have gone through all these things. So you have proof that people are fucked up, but yet you're sitting and watching a younger sibling maybe potentially going through the same shit. But everybody's sitting back and doing nothing. So that either leads me to believe it's all for show, or everybody watching is fucked up. So Ka and that other little girl that's over there shouldn't be there. They should be doing something a little more productive in life. And as far as Jag is concerned, you know, Jag, you do have the power where you can have a whole sector or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you should really think about the messages you're putting out there, because you can do it in a better way than you're doing it. And you guys can say whatever you want, but again, I came into this only for Shanquella, so I had no idea about these sectors and that this is all that happens and goes around. And the only reason why I kind of still stay is because I I look at the knot now almost like, you know, a child. I like to see him grow. I want to see him do good, that kind of thing. And I feel like he had kind of like a bad shake because, you know, a lot of what I said and a lot of what I did, because I was unaware of what YouTube was. But now I'm aware, and I just wanted to make everyone else aware that you can be a sub sitting in a chat doing nothing, and you could be plucked out by a male who's going to laugh at you and mock you for no reason, thinking he's a badass.
Let me ask you this, because I eventually well, exposure to y'all's messages and stuff. How did you and Kai get connected to where y'all were interacting?
He had reached, well, okay, so when I figured out that there was like a scam going on or whatever was happening, and I left the fucking robots channel and I went on my little investigative journey, Ka was the easiest one to get to Jag, right? Because he's young, easy to manipulate and be able to get information from, which is how it worked, right? Isn't that how I sent the link through? I sent it through Ka. I didn't realize TJ was such an easy target too, but I mean, yeah, she was easy as well. But I don't know what messages you released. I don't have any idea about that, because I don't watch, because I don't care. I really don't care what any of these people think. Okay? Yeah. These are bitches that are begging for a cheesesteak. You think I give a fuck what they think? Or those texts that I was, or whatever communication I was using with Ka was just to get information. So, I mean, so you were it don't matter.
Just to clarify, you were just there to cipher information from him because he was one of the weakest links until you met TJ.
Well, until I met TJ, but
he was a big...
Right. Okay. My main goal was, I was worried about those kids. Okay? Because you're talking about TJ's kids.
Okay.
Because you're talking about people that move from place to place to place. Okay? She had warrants of, or charges of, not sending her kids to school. Okay? So then all of a sudden they're homeschooled. And then you're moving so nobody can track you. And you're up here bragging or talking about all this. I mean, I'm, not for nothing, but to me that was suspicious. And if anything, I thought somebody needed to lay eyes on those kids to make sure they were okay. Okay? So that's why I went over there. I wanted to get that information, and I did. And I left. And then that's when Jack doxed me. And that's when this AT2 guy did his thing. And that's when the avatar wanted to show her ass. So that's why I came back around.
So going forward, will you still support creators?
No, I'm out of this, Judge Tulsa. This is not my, look, I left people like this when I was 15 in the streets, okay? I moved up and out. I don't need to be around this. Nor, I can't sit and watch people, fighting and talking about each other the way they, like, it's just stupid. For what? For what? For a meal? Like, some people I do like, some people I watch and it's funny, but when you start doxing people, that I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
And when you start pretending you're something you're not, I got a problem with that. Be who you are, do what you got to do. And either you're going to make it or you're not. But don't get up here showing your ass, acting like you're, big and bad, and you sound stupid.
So a message to someone, let us know, okay, with the doxing, go into those feelings and express to people how you feel, what it makes you feel like,
yeah, well, because honestly, like I mean, Judge, like I told you, I mean, I was in business, but not really in business, right? Like I was in people's chat. Well, I was in Jack's chat and I was in the Avatar's chat, but I wasn't really trying to make I wasn't trying to get any attention or do anything like that. Because if I was, you heard Jack was sending me links and all that. You never saw me pop up or do any of that because that wasn't my purpose. Okay, I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like the scam that was going on. But, I ain't one to fuck with anyone's money. If that's how you make your money and these people are stupid enough to fall for it, that's great for you. But for me to be under the radar and for the next minute, all of a sudden you're hearing your name and people talking shit, there's no way they can, really find you. It's like 1 in a million, but still hearing it, your heart drops. You're like, what? If I wanted to have my name out there or any of my information, I'd have my own channel. I'd make my own videos. Especially when you have people crying every day about themselves being doxxed. Okay? He said, oh, I'm quitting YouTube. They doxed me. And then you hear Jag and you hear everybody crying about being doxxed. And here I am, a sub that gave you money, put a roof over your head a few nights, and you're going to put my information out there? And we ain't even going to talk about the bitch that I gave $100 weekly to, putting my name out there. So yeah, you'll be getting a tap on your shoulder someday. I can promise you that. Because that's fucked up. You don't have to put people's information out when we're just in here watching and supporting you. And then on top of it, you put my name out there and then you double down and threaten me and laugh at me. You got some pretty big balls because you don't know who the fuck you're talking to. You don't know who the fuck we are in these chats. So that's a big risk you're taking, don't you think? But yeah, it's fucked up. And I'm going to tell you guys, the subs that you hear, and you think it won't happen to you. Well, let me tell you, okay? Because the one that you think is the truth teller, the one that you trust and believe, I gave that bitch $100 a week, okay, for a good year over that Shanquella stuff, okay? And that bitch doxed me. All right. So I just want you to use that as a standard as to what these creators and who they are. All right. I paid that bitch's Wi-Fi probably so she could do them motherfucking lives for her to dox me. Okay. So I left her chat. I didn't talk shit about her. And I want anyone to prove anything, any doc you got to prove otherwise, for her to dox me like that. And then to lie, read half the text, and act like she didn't know I was Jane Doe. But that's a whole nother story. Because I don't do shit online. So that's why you never saw me after I left Jag dropping any gossip or telling any of the secrets that I got or any of the shit that I did to y'all. And I did some shit, Judge. I had y'all back there scrambling. That's why you was calling me. But you didn't see me bragging about it, beating my chest over it, because that ain't my style. I'm a behind the scene bitch, okay? Because that's how the Italians do it. You got that fed? You need to watch some more Godfather movies maybe. But we don't do shit in the open. So that's the reason why you never saw me come forward. You never saw me do anything. I never said anything about her. I never talked about her. And she chose to dox me. She chose to try to mock me. And she chose to try to punk me with her shaky voice. But we'll meet again someday.
Wow. That's a lot. And thank you for being vulnerable and coming on and sharing your story.
I wish you luck, Queen Tulsa. I'm going to tell you one thing before I go and before I leave YouTube. You are funny. You got charisma, you got personality, but you need to stay focused.
I do. You know what? I do. And listen, that's the reason why I brought the court back is because focus, focus, focus. All that other is that today was going to be my last day of addressing any of that and moving forward.
Yeah, you got great interview skills. You're a great interviewer, and you're funny. You just need to focus.
I do. I feel like I have a little ADHD.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to insult anybody. I was gonna say you need to control your ADHD. But
I know, and you know what? I was up until like 5 a.m. cleaning my like because I needed the whole house. I needed things to be set, and it's yeah.
yeah,
But I
but
got
you're good. You're gonna get there too. You just stay above the mess, and you're good. Keep your funny. You're funny. Keep your funny.
yes. And listen here, you don't hesitate to come back. You know, I just want people to show up, have fun, and by you guys being happy and by me taking you out of your current situation and your current life, and for you to come over into my world and go on the adventure means a lot to me. And when you having those days where you feel a little down, yeah, go ahead and pop on one of my videos and watch.
I definitely will. And I want everyone to know that I did not give Judge Tulsa any money for this. So please, please support her because I really needed to get this off my chest. And I think that she did a great job and, support her.
Absolutely. And you know, just when and then another thing, when you want to help somebody, don't look for anything. You know, and when I wake up in the morning, I just say thank you, God, for another day, and I know He's going to cover all my needs and wants. You know, I just want to be here, be a voice, be here to support. And also, do you mind if I read the daily devotional before we take out?
I would be honored.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do our daily devotion. Please make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Feasting as worship, gathering to celebrate God's goodness, honors Him, and blesses us. January 29th, 2024. Leviticus 23, 4 through 8. When the Israelis entered the promised land after years of wandering in the desert, God issued a strange command: feast. Feasting and enjoying the bounty of the land were meant to tie the Israelis to different rhythms throughout the year, such as harvesting the first and last of the year's crops. Festivals were also a way of commemorating the mighty acts of God on the people's behalf, like the night of the Passover, when God spared all who tainted their doors with the blood of a lamb. Ultimately, these celebrations were an act of worship that reoriented God's people to right relationship with Him. God was their provider and sustainer, so they feasted with gratitude. He was their rescuer and redeemer, so they feasted in holy remembrance. Today, we can learn healthy spiritual habits from these observances prescribed by God for the ancient Israelis. When we pause to give thanks for our blessings, we worship God with our time and attention. When we gather to simply enjoy His good gifts, we remember that every good thing given and every perfect gift is from above, not from our own striving. When was the last time you paused to savor God's goodness? Remember His faithfulness and worship Him. Consider taking time to taste and see the goodness of God today. So if you haven't been told, I love you, hug yourself, pat yourself on the back for showing up, and give yourself credit for the milestone that you just reached today. And that was digging deep inside for those feelings, those emotions, those thoughts, and you can drop it off. And now you can simply proceed and pursue the great life that you desire. All right.
Amen. Thank you, Judge Tulsa, for giving me this time. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome and have a great day on purpose. Court is adjourned. All right, so that was our court session. I want you all to stay motivated and definitely set your notifications because we will be back here shortly. All right, on that note, DJ, take us out.